it is in recognition of the great value the Institute has to offer that the Gambia Revenue Authority has been coming here, and as you rightly said, for the fourth time, but specifically concerning oil and gas business the second time. So it is of great benefit to the Institute that we are being recognized beyond the shores of Nigeria, and that we are also adding value to our brothers and sisters from West African coast.
On Monday, the 13th of January 2025, 8 officials from the Gambia Revenue Authority began a one-week training on tax audit in oil and gas. This is the fourth in the series of training programs organized by the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria for officials of the Gambia Revenue Authority. The 16th president of the CITN, Barrister Samuel Abiliyi, MNI, was on ground to chair the opening session and to declare the training program open. Vice President of the Institute, Mr. Innocent Ohagwa, immediate past President, Mr. Deshino Adedayo, past President Dame Olajumoke Simplice, council members and top officials of the Institute were on hand to receive the Gambia Revenue Authority officials. Welcoming trainees was the Registrar Chief Executive of the Institute, Barrister Afolake Osho.
The CITN, just to give you a little bit about the Institute, the Chartered Institute of Taxation, known as CITN, is a creation of statutes, were established by the Enabling Act number 76 of 1992, now known as CITN Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004. We are the sole regulatory body for the tax profession in Nigeria. We are charged with determining the standards of knowledge to be attained by persons seeking to become our members. To ensure that we maintain the highest standard, membership of the Institute is open to individuals who meet the rigorous qualifications in line with the charter of the Institute. And I'm happy to inform you that today we have over 30,000 members that are members of this institute. In addition to our regulatory duties, we're deeply committed to research and to the dissemination of knowledge, and that is why you are here today. Knowledge will be dished out even from the CTA, the CITN Tax Academy, and that is this training arm of the Institute. Our reputation extends beyond the national borders, positioning us as the recognized authority in the field of taxation, both within and outside Nigeria. Once again, I welcome you to CITN, particularly to the Tax Professional House.
We are happy with the relationship. Africa is one. We, the citizens of Africa, particularly the West African region, we should see ourselves as one, because allowing colonial barrier, geographical demarcation will not help us. If we move together and we work together, we will be able to harness our potential and resources properly, and Africa can grow faster. We have all the resources, we have the population, and we have the intellect. So it is in our best interest to collaborate, and so I appreciate on behalf of CITN the relationship that has existed, particularly that was taken to a very good level starting from last year. It is in our interest to do it, and from our end, every resources we have that can be of benefit to the good people of Gambia, we put at your disposal. We have over 30,000 members, and we are still growing. We are in a very unique time. If you have been following events in Nigeria, we had a new government that came into being in May 2023. Somebody who has financial background. So when he got to office, he felt our tax system is not good enough. So he highlighted the shortcoming in the tax system in Nigeria, and he thereafter set up a committee that we refer to as Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms. That committee submitted its report last year, and by virtue of our political structure, the executive transmitted that policy in form of B to the National Assembly. And the National Assembly is deliberating on it now. The implication of that is that after this time, Nigerian tax space will change greatly. And of course, that's the first time we're having the kind of change of that magnitude that is being introduced to Nigerian tax system. And of course, anything that is called change, we have opposition. And opposition is not bad in itself. When you bring up a document to the table and somebody said, no, I'm not seeing that document from the perspective you are seeing it, you will allow that other person to come up with his perspective. And of course, by the time you discuss and dialogue, the tendency for that document to be better is very strong. So that's what we are having in Nigeria. So I will commend our leaders who have decided to make sure that they follow through this bill, so that once we have the bill becoming an act, then there will be more sanity in Nigerian tax space. And of course, from your end, you could pay attention to it, because we have similar economy in one way or the other. And so if it is good for Nigeria, it may not be bad for Gambia.
Mr. Fafadin Cham is the Deputy Commissioner, Large Taxpayers Department of the Gambia Revenue Authority.
As alluded to by the previous speakers, this is a long-standing relationship between Gambia Revenue Authority and the Institute, and we would like to see this relationship continue to the foreseeable future. The purpose of coming here is to have a training on the oil and gas sector. And if I may give you some background, Gambia is not yet an oil-producing country, but there are strong indications based on the data available that in the near future we may be an oil-producing country. As a result of that, we don't want to wait as a tax authority until we started producing oil to build the capacities of our tax officials. So we've started it now to prepare ourselves for the future of the country in terms of oil production. As we all know, the mobilization of domestic revenue is paramount in our various economies in Africa, considering the donor fatigue that we are all facing.
There were words of encouragement.
I'm happy that this dream is actually coming true, that we collaborate with each other in terms of training, in terms of membership, like the President said. I hope we continue to take that stride and make beautiful things happen between us.
Our amiable brothers and guests, we thank you very much for the interest you have in CITN and this country. We assure you that we are not going to let you down. Even though that the oil and gas is yet to come on stream, I'm also aware that Gambians have other minerals, that solid minerals, which the knowledge will also be of great assistance on how to, all of them are all natural resources.
Mr. Cham of the Gambia Revenue Authority shed more light on the reason for the training.
We are here to have training on the oil and gas sector, which is a way of building the capacities of our auditors. Because as we all know, domestic revenue mobilization is a priority area of our government, considering the fact that donor fatigue is the order of the day. So therefore, to build the capacity of your tax officials in order to be able to audit these oil corporations to bring the needed revenue for the government is very, very important. Actually, we have different sectors. The first training was on a particular area on oil and gas. This one is with regards to audit of oil and gas sector. So it's not only to tax them, but you also need to build the capacity of our auditors so that we'll be able to scrutinize their records to see whether they are really declaring the necessary tax that they are supposed to pay in the event that Gambia start producing oil. And having this long relationship between the Gambia Revenue Authority and the Nigeria Tax Institute, we feel it deemed fit to come here and train the staff to enable them to be able to build their capacities and acquire the necessary skills for the auditing of the oil sector. So we take this training very seriously, and we are of the hope that and believe that we will learn a lot from our Nigerian brothers within the ECOWAS framework and AU framework as well. So on the nutshell, this is our main mission here, and we really thank and appreciate of the welcome that we have received and the generosity we've been receiving from the Nigerian Tax Institute. Knowing Nigeria being a big brother in Africa, they are always willing and ready to help the small countries like Gambia to build the capacities of their various sectors in their economies.
Why is Nigeria playing the big brother role in this respect?
It is in recognition of the great value the Institute has to offer that the Gambia Revenue Authority has been coming here, and as you rightly said, for the fourth time, but specifically concerning oil and gas business the second time. So it is of great benefit to the Institute that we are being recognized beyond the shores of Nigeria, and that we are also adding value to our brothers and sisters from West African coast. This is the way we should go. This is the way the black race should go. We should be of great assistance to ourselves. We should assist ourselves in development. So to that extent, we are happy that we have this opportunity to offer what we have in abundance to our brothers and sisters from the West African country. If I may have to blow the trumpet of CITN, the feedback from the first three batches have been very good, and that is what has given birth to this current team who are here for this training. Not only that they are happy to come and take us as their trainer, they are also giving that information to other West African countries, what CITN in Nigeria is doing to make sure that they up their game in terms of tax administration and practice in their various locations. Sometimes we may not appreciate what we have in the country, but I am proud and happy to say that Nigeria is a giant of Africa, and we have a lot of things to give to our brothers and sisters in Africa to make sure that we all develop together. As we are training, as we are imparting people, you are also imparting yourself. And that is important. We are conscious of that we must do a lot within the tax space in Nigeria. And that is why from time to time, you are familiar with our training program. We intend to make sure that Nigeria take its rightful position in terms of taxation in not only in Africa, but even in the world.
Nigeria is indeed stepping up to the plate as the big brother.